Okay, so I'm gonna put some handles on some mugs. I got some mugs here, I got some forms. These are large vessels. They're gonna hold a lot of coffee, a lot of hot chocolate with coffee. So I'm working on them, threw these a while ago. They feel a little dry, a little drier than I want. So I'm just gonna take this, spritz it up a little bit, let that water soak in, rehydrate. Let that soak in. So, however, I'm going to pull some handles. Got some clay here. Got a bin of water. It is going to be a little messy, so I want to change my outfit. I don't want to get clay all over this. So, yeah, let's change. Oh, ready to go. All right, so I got my mugs. They're kind of here. Thinking about them, I got like the form in my mind. Little handle, have a nice little curve to it. I don't need this. I'm gonna give you some clay. If you have a wire, you can go ahead and cut through it. I don't have one, so I'm gonna tear it. I don't want that piece. I don't want that piece. There we go, I like that. So I got a chunk of clay. Start by forming it into like a kind of sausage shape, kind of a carrot shape. So it's like a large carrot tapered off at the bottom. Is that a good place? Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it there. So I got my bowl of water right here. Got my carrot of clay right here. Set up like this. Standing, I like standing probably a little better. Maybe like that. Maybe we'll do it like this. Let's do that. So I got my water, got my clay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this clay with this hand. I'm going to use this hand to pull the clay down. It's going to taper. It's going to get thinner, and it's going to create a nice, naturally swooping handle. Spread some mugs over there. Are you ready? Water makes it nice and slick so my hand does not stick to the clay, and the clay, instead of sticking, just gets like pushed. So you can see it's starting to thin out at the bottom. It takes smooth, even strokes. This is a difficult skill to master. It does take time. You can see that I'm also rotating the clay as I go along. You can also see that it's tapered out. It's kind of like got this nice taper, and that you can turn and create a handle right there and attach that to the clay. So I'm kind of thinking like what form, how thick do I want the handle? Do I want it to be round? Do I want it to be flat? A little bit at the bottom to make sure that tapers well. So this is kind of a nice round handle. You can experiment with different handles. That's kind of how you do it. It's thicker up here. I'm going to do a little more up there to try and make it a little more even. I have this like nice round hold handle. Set this down on the table. See it a little bit. Rotate, taper. Down pressure. Right off. See how that works? I got this one again. Right back to make another.
Just even strokes, making sure my hand doesn't stick. Sometimes if you're beginning and you're kind of like, you're like, all right, I'm getting it, but then it like gets these little bulges or bits at the bottom. Or like, oh no, it's really thin right there. Oh no, I messed it up. That's fine. You can just pinch that off, and then you have all this extra clay up at the top. You can use that. If you continually pull in one direction without rotating the clay, it will take on the shape that you form with your hand. So one side, that doesn't show up very well, but one side might be like a little sharper and the other side a little rounder, and then that's not really symmetrical. No worries. That's why I like to rotate my hand a little bit and rotate the clay sometimes.
By the way, I know what you're thinking, and it's exactly like milking a cow.
Or a goat. That's what you're thinking, right? I know. You have to be gentle, delicate, even, consistent. This one I'm going to try and make a flatter handle. So you can see I'm starting to flatten it out a little bit. I do have pretty tall mugs, so I'm going to try and make them longer than I need, and I can always make them shorter. It's a lot easier to make them shorter than it is to make them longer. So it's a nice long handle. Give a nice little curve to it. Nice little kind of natural curve. So put this one over here, come back to it. This one, put my thumb down and just do a little, just drag like that, which gives a little texture to it. So there are a couple of handles pulled, a little excess clay, still usable. So we got 3 handles. What I'm going to do now is to let them dry a little bit. I'm going to prep the while they're setting up. They're not really drying a whole lot. I'm going to prep the surfaces of the mugs to make sure that they're ready to receive the clay, and that the clay is not too far out of whack. That they're not too different. That the clay on the mugs isn't too dry, and the clay on the handles is too wet that they're going to crack off. So I'm going to try and get those prepared, scratch and score on those. That's the next step.